What the hell is that? Phew, it's okay, it's just a growling shark. Whew. And here I was thinking it was something serious. Shut up! My God, that Jaws is one noisy bastard, isn't he?
I am the Jaws shark and I am going to eat you. Hey guys, it's Minty here, and I know some of you might find this hard to believe, but I actually really like Jaws. Now, some of you may have noticed thanks to the Jaws t-shirt, and the fact that I have Jaws on DVD, and that I have the Jaws logbook, and that I even have the Jaws 2 vinyl LP, and of course a figurine of the Jaws shark, Bruce. And if you're familiar with Jaws, then you would know that the actual shark puppet they used in the movies was actually called Bruce.
Ah yes, the legendary Jaws film series, based on the book by Peter Benchley, where the Brody family are in a never-ending battle against the evil great white sharks of Amity Island, who seem to love nothing better than feeding off the holiday destination's tourists. The film series started off with Steven Spielberg's original masterpiece, but with each sequel, things certainly got weirder and a lot more stupid, to the point where the Jaws franchise had become laughably bad. So for today's episode, I thought it's time to celebrate the utterly ridiculous moments in all the Jaws movies and celebrate the goofy, cheesy side of this memorable monster film series.
So sit back and get ready to tell Harry how bad his hat looks as we look at my list of ridiculous Jaws moments in this short film that you can really sink your teeth into. That pun was terrible!
Number 10. Chief Brody versus the Evil Swings. Now, the original Jaws is pretty much a flawless, impeccable masterpiece, but it's not without its odd goofy moments here and there, and not just because of the groovy 70s hair we see throughout the movie either. Case in point, the introduction of our hero, Chief Brody. Now, we learn throughout the movie that Brody is something of a no-nonsense cop when it comes to doing his duty and protecting the town. So when we see him for the very first time, what's his first call of duty? Sorting out some evil swing set play equipment.
You guys are playing on those swings. Those swings are dangerous. Stay off there. I haven't fixed them yet.
Listen to Brody's sheer foreboding of these swings. Damn those evil demonic swings of death. Brody will take no chances in protecting his family from the evil swings. Even his son knows how much his father hates them swings, as after he suffers a cut from them, he has to lie about his injuries.
Mom, I got cut. I got hit by a vampire.
Wait, what did he just say?
Mom, I got cut. I got hit by a vampire.
Number 10.5. Mom, I got cut by a vampire. Even though vampires don't cut, they bite.
You guys are playing on those swings. Those swings are dangerous. Stay off there. I haven't fixed them yet.
And what's worse is the movie ends without ever knowing if Brody did indeed fix those swings. I guess we'll never know.
Number 9. Jaws eats a helicopter. Okay, to be fair, this scene does look pretty awesome and turns Jaws' badassery levels up to 100. But at the same time, it does also take Jaws to a more stupid, dumbed down place. The scene is from Jaws 2, when a rescue chopper finds some lost teenagers whom are being hunted by the hungry great white shark. So naturally you think now these poor kids are going to be safe. till Jaws turns up and says, oh no you don't, there's still 40 minutes running time left in this movie, so you're not done with me yet, and literally eats the rescue helicopter.
Okay, once again, I can't deny it. It looks pretty good on film. But think about it. Jaws literally eats a helicopter. Like, how does that not even kill him? Surely a shark's digestive tract isn't suited to digest helicopters.
Yeah, once this happened, all believability in the series went out the window. Number 8. The 3D in Jaws 3D. So by the time Jaws 3D came out, the series had run out of steam. So in order to breathe new life into it, Universal decided to use 3D effects in the third installment in an attempt to keep the series alive. And they also set it in SeaWorld.
Which is weird.
The only problem is, the 3D effects in the movie are frickin' horrendous! Now I know the movie was made in 1983, and thus we can't judge the special effects too harshly, but still, damn, were they laughably terrible. And keep in mind, this came out post Star Wars, so there is no excuse for this. Like, how did they think this was okay to release? Speaking of Star Wars, the movie came out round about the same time as Return of the Jedi. And that movie had effects that looked like this, whereas Jaws 3D had effects that looked like this. There is literally a scene where we see a submarine exploring the ocean, where literally parts of the submarine seem to disappear. Yeah, it's that bad. Needless to say, Jaws may be the terror of the cinematic seas, but clearly he couldn't survive the third dimension. Number 7. The strange genetic aging disorder affecting the Brody boys. Okay, this is more of a casting blumber than it is a moment in any Jaws movie. But has anyone else noticed the aging process with the two Brody boys, Michael and Sean? It's weird. For example, in the original Jaws, which came out in 1975, you have Michael and Sean Brody, with Michael looking about 10 and Sean looking like a toddler. Then you go to Jaws 2 in 1978. And now Michael Brody, who looks like Jim Carrey, is about 18, and Sean Brody looks about 12. But there is no indication of time passing. Then in 1983, with Jaws 3D, Michael, who now works at SeaWorld, looks about 30, and Sean also looks about 30. And then jump to Jaws the Revenge in 1987, and Michael, who seems to have ditched working at SeaWorld to be a marine biologist, looks like he's in his late 30s. Seriously, look at him with his old man beard. But oddly enough, Sean actually does now look younger than when we previously saw him, and looks about 25.
Okay, never mind the shark. The real horror of this film series is the strange growth disease affecting the Brody boys.
There is never any indication of time passing in between films, which means that in the span of 12 years, the Brody sons have aged 25 years. Wow. Well, I guess we're going to take 5 years off Sean's growth, as at least in his last appearance he managed to get younger. Now, yes, I know the fact that they were all casted by different actors and each movie doesn't help, but still, talk about sloppy casting choices. Number 6. Banana Boat Attack. In the final Jaws movie, Jaws the Revenge, you know, the one that completely killed off the franchise entirely, we see Jaws go on a mission of revenge and hunt down the Brody family. Yeah, don't worry, more on that later. But while on his Brody killing spree, we see Jaws take time out to attack a banana boat. And, well, what else needs to be said? It's Jaws attacking an inflatable banana.
No doubt causing one of the most unintentionally hilarious horror movie scenes ever.
Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. The only horror movie you are likely to ever see that actually involves a banana boat. But yeah, seriously, it looks so goofy. And I love the horrific actions from the onlookers whilst this inflatable banana gets maimed. It's hilarious. They are probably really screaming because it took hours to pump that damn thing up full of air. Number 5. Swim Eddie Swim. In Jaws 2, we see these two boat-dwelling lovers in which the boyfriend, Eddie, offers his girlfriend a blanket.
Here's your blanket.
When the boat gets attacked by Jaws, when Eddie falls into the water, where a hungry Jaws heads straight for his prey, where his girlfriend does everything in her power to save Eddie. And by everything, I mean just basically doing nothing but yelling out to Eddie to swim.
Eddie, swim! Swim fast as a shark, Eddie! Swim!
Yeah, no shit. Thanks for stating the obvious.
Oh God, Eddie, swim! Swim faster, hurry! Come on!
Oh, well, gee, you know what? I bet swimming away never crossed Eddie's mind or anything. Yeah, thanks for the help.
I mean, she doesn't even try to get the boat closer to him. I mean, she could at least try to paddle it to him or something, right? Nope, she just sits there and annoyingly screams out what we, the audience, are already thinking. And just when this scene couldn't get any more stupid, this happens.
Yeah, don't try to help Eddie up into the boat or anything. Yeah, you just sit there while he struggles to get on board for dear life. Yeah, well done, bitch. Because of you, Eddie and his awesome 70s perm are now dead.
Good grief! She didn't even try to help him, did she? Look at her! It's like she's decided there and then that Eddie's had it. So what is the point in trying, right? Seriously, what a stupid character! And just when it couldn't get any more dumb, Girlfriend of the Year starts saying this.
Go away. Go away. Go away.
Yeah, because thinking of herself is clearly her speciality. I've always been baffled by this line.
Go away. Go away.
Like, why is she telling Eddie to make the shark go away? I mean, didn't she not see Eddie become brunch? And yeah, begging for the shark to go away after letting her boyfriend die like that? Yeah, just a horrible, stupid character.
And what's worse is that this has become such an iconic scene. Look, they even use it on the Jaws 2 record cover. But if you look closely at the illustrations, you'll see that Eddie's girlfriend is actually trying to help him. Wow, it's like even the artist of this picture knew what a rotten character this was and had to change things up a bit.
Rest in peace, Eddie. He just wanted to offer you a blanket. Number 4. Jaws the Revenge Death Scene. Now, going back to the original Jaws movie, there is a lot of ambiguity towards the shark's death when we see Brody wedge a scuba tank in the shark's mouth and then shoot at the tank with a rifle, causing the shark to explode. Many claim that this would be impossible, while others claim it is possible as long as there was pure oxygen in the tanks rather than air, and then there are some who claim that either way it probably would have sent the shark flying. There is so much debate to this death scene, even the Mythbusters crew got on the case to see for themselves. Then you get the shark death scene from Jaws the Revenge, of which the climax sees Ellen Brody in a boat in a showdown with Jaws, when... I don't know what exactly happens, just watch.
Smile, you son of a bitch!
I literally have got no idea what the hell just happened.
Seriously, I just find this scene so hastily put together and incomprehensible. I have no idea what happened. Like, what is this meant to be? The boat being rammed into Jaws' guts? If so, why does he explode? Does Jaws have self-detonation abilities that I'm not aware of? And what's with the flashback scenes of Chief Brody from the first movie? Ellen Brody wasn't even there when that happened, and the way the footage has been edited into the film kind of makes it look like Chief Brody from Part 1 kills the shark in Part 4. It's all kinds of weird and messed up. There originally was a different Jaws death scene in Jaws the Revenge, but was considered too violent and gruesome, so they quickly slapped this ending together. And you could just tell that by this time, they just didn't care anymore. They just wanted it over and done with. Number 3, Roaring Jaws. So yes, in the very same showdown scene I was just talking about, we also have the cinematic controversy / insanity that is Jaws growling. Oh me, oh my, they actually went and done it, didn't they? They actually made the Jaws shark roar.
I mean, come on! What the hell madness is this? I would say that I'm angry, but I think I'm just more disappointed.
Firstly, sharks don't have any of the needed organs to produce sound. And secondly, they are known as being silent hunters. They sneak up on their prey without a whisper. Oh man, having a roaring shark is just so retarded. I'm just lost for words at the intense pile of stupid this is. The sight of Jaws roaring his head off has become the stuff of legends in the pop cultural movie world, and it's not hard to see why. And upon watching the Nostalgia Critic's review of Jaws the Revenge, I was dumbfounded to learn that the roar sound used for Jaws' war cry was actually a sound effect taken from the Tom and Jerry cartoon. Yes guys, Tom and frickin' Jerry. Because of course, if you want your horror movie to be more scary, just use Tom and Jerry sound effects. Yeah, that'll leave people on the edge of their seats. Also in the exact same scene where Jaws goes 50 shades of growling, I just also love how we see Ellen Brody whack Michael Caine here. Look at this! She fully whacks him!
Ellen, come about!
Oh, brilliant. Number 2, Jaws breaks through the glass. Okay, I've already mentioned the terrible 3D effects in Jaws 3D, but this one seriously deserved its own section in the countdown, as this is a whole new level of cinematic embarrassment. In Jaws 3D, we see our main protagonists escape a Jaws encounter by fleeing into the high-tech SeaWorld underwater control room.
And when you say high-tech SeaWorld underwater control room out loud, you realise just how insane that sounds. This looks more like a lair for a James Bond villain than it does SeaWorld.
Where Jaws shows up for one last battle, and wow. Just wow. Would you just look at this thing? This looks so stupid. Were we seriously meant to take this seriously? Oh, so yeah, we get what looks like a cardboard cutout of Jaws slowly heading towards the glass windows in the underwater laboratory. And it's the most least intimidating looking thing ever. And what's even more weird is when Jaws breaks through the glass, he just sort of sits there in suspended animation while the water fills up the room. I mean, bless the actors for trying their best to look scared, although showing them in slow motion just makes an already painfully awkward scene that bit more awkward. Thanks to dodgy effects like this, it's no wonder Jaws 3D sunk right to the bottom of the box office ocean. Number 1. Jaws' revenge scheme in Jaws the Revenge. So yes, the number 1 slot in this countdown goes to the ludicrous plot of Jaws the Revenge, in which the Jaws shark sets out on revenge to kill the Brody family.
Now I'm going to repeat that, just to make sure you fully understand it. You know, just so you can grasp at the awfulness of this plot. In Jaws the Revenge, Jaws, a shark, actually seeks out on revenge. Oh my god, like what were the writers thinking? Were they high? I guess the appropriate question would be, what were they smoking?
Okay, for starters, sharks don't even think like that. They don't have a concept of revenge. And okay, let's just say the shark in Jaws the Revenge is some kind of super shark and has some kind of logic of revenge. What the hell is he getting revenge for anyway? I mean, all the previous sharks in the previous 3 Jaws films died. Is the shark seeking revenge because the deaths of the previous sharks hurt his feelings? And just when the plot couldn't get any more mental, the shark follows the Brody family from Amity Island in New York all the way to the Bahamas. The plot for Jaws the Revenge is so goddamn stupid. No one can give it a free pass. And just like some of the other ridiculous blunders associated with this film series, its stupidity has become legendary. I mean, look at the tagline, for Christ's sakes. This time it's personal. They weren't even hiding the embarrassing plot behind this embarrassing movie. And that is why the whole plot about Jaws seeking revenge makes it to number 1, as it's the peak of this franchise's insanity and just takes Jaws to a laughably stupid place beyond any kind of human intelligence. Even the novelization tried to dodge this stupid storyline by explaining it was a witch doctor using the forces of voodoo to manipulate the shark into attacking the Brody family. Now, to be fair, as outrageous as that plot is, at least it would have made some form of sense. Oh, and I'm sure Universal knew they had screwed up and tried to fix things up a bit as an alternative intro for the movie was put together, where, like some episode of The Twilight Zone, some narrator talks about fate and circumstances and asks us, the viewer, what do we think is going on in this movie?
When there is no factor motivating an event, no case of cause creating effect, what triggered the action? Fate or circumstances? What you are about to see concerns such an event. Maybe you can determine whether we are dealing here with circumstances or fate.
Okay guys, this doesn't make your movie any smarter. No matter how much you try to sugarcoat it, your storyline is retarded.
And thus, because of this plotline, all credibility the series had going for it was dead in the water and turned the Jaws brand into a joke. But nevertheless, at least we will always have the Revenge Jaws movie for those of us who like to snigger at bad movies.
Wow. Just wow. I guess the shark has some kind of Brody family radar device? Well, I guess that was my mentally insane look into some of the most ridiculous Jaws moments. I hope you enjoyed it. And I still like the Jaws film series, and still get great joy out of them, despite the fact that at times they can be very bizarre. Very, 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 very bizarre. It still doesn't take away from the enjoyment. Anyway, I'm Minty, and farewell and adieu to your fish-bearing ladies. Farewell and adieu to your ladies of Spain. Yeah, that was from the movie. Quint sung that, remember? Bye.